Hi, I'm Ashura, and this is part 4 of the Bastion Covenant campaign, Phaestus, Genesis of Aeons. So, hopefully you know the drill. I am here for the story and the lore, which means I'm going to be reading literally every single quest. So if you don't even read the quests, I mean, that might be why you're here, so you can hear someone else read the quests. But basically, if it's not your thing, then this probably isn't. But I'm going to be reading all the quests, talking to all of the NPCs, and providing a little bit of a lore master's context where helpful, hopefully. So, let's jump right in. I never actually, well, I finished the third storyline, but I went and killed Devos off screen like I said I would. So I'm now going to turn in that quest.
By the Archon's grace.
This attack has taught us much. The Archon shall be convening with the remaining Paragons to discuss this forsworn threat. We shall call upon you once more when you are needed.
Remain humble.
The Forgelite Prime has taken up the mantle of building our new Crest of Ascension. No ordinary tools or materials will do. He will require Phaestus, Genesis of Aeons, hammer of the first Forgelite. It sits at the shrine to the first Forgelite in the Eternal Forge. The Forsworn have taken over this forge to create their own endless Centurion army. You must meet Mikanikos at the forge, push back the Forsworn, and retrieve Phaestus for our own uses.
We all serve a greater good.
Who knows how the Forsworn abuse my forge? They must not harm my sacred Phaestus too.
I'm so glad I pronounced that right.
You
Retrieving
speak to the
Phaestus is of
Forgelite Prime,
utmost importance.
master of Bastion
Go with haste.
development.
Before we do that, there's another quest. So when you kill Devos, she drops this thing called a mysterious soul mirror. And then it says, a shimmering soul mirror draws your attention on Devos' corpse. Peculiar that she would keep one on her person. Perhaps Thenios will want to see this.
I am ready to aid you.
How can I be of service? Thenios studies the mirror closely. I see. Ooh, side quest. Uther was a being of justice on your world. I am sure it was quite surprising for you to see his fate here, following a leader who embodies what he stood against in life. I believe you should witness this memory firsthand. Take it to my soul mirror, view the memories within.
Duty is its own kind of wisdom. A road of sorrow.
I kind of want to do this first. I'm invested because it's Uther. I'm so excited. I'm doing this.
The Forgelite Prime has informed us that one of our Nemesis units has become unresponsive.
Sika, I
See
left
that
you
she
in
has
charge.
all that she needs to
Where
return.
are my forge hands?
The Forsworn overran us, took them away. Could only save your Goliath.
We shall have words later. We must get the hammer back now. Oh, good questions only.
Ashura, can you believe what the Forsworn have done to my forge? Must find Phaestus and halt their operation.
Clean up after yourself.
I will locate Phaestus. In the meantime, task for you. The Forsworn use my forge to make their Centurion army. Their vile intentions warp the metals we use. Destroy their Centurions, take their parts. Smelt them down in the forge to purify the metals, then return to me. I need much metal for my plan.
I will locate Phaestus. You collect metals. No scratches, no imperfections.
Ah, so that means the drop rate for this quest is low.
I help.
Mikanikos left me in charge, but I am no fighter. Could not stop the Forsworn. Mikanikos is no ordinary steward. He is wise, talented, the smartest of us all. Also very particular. He cannot work without his tools. The Forsworn scattered them around the forge. You need to rebuild Crest? Retrieve his tools. Soulsteel clamp, sparkling drift globe core, and grace petal incense burner. That sounds like a plant. Grace petal. You, Mawwalker! The forge was bustling, many forge hands on task. Then Forsworn came. Some followed their demands, turned to their side. But not all. Yes, rescue forge hands so they can aid us. Work to be done.
We've got a schedule to keep.
This is for the world quest! I just fooled. Soul steel clamps. A special pair of clamps with a soul steel core capable of holding true against mass force. I love seeing metals and plants, which feels kind of silly to say because I guess, like, I do, yeah. Posts for those things. I'm obsessed. I must know all the metals. I had a thought, and it's okay. So I wouldn't have expected us to be repairing the Crest of Ascension, and it stood out to me because in the last storyline they say, "Oh, your crest is destroyed. You can no longer make Ascended. Boo. Then you'll never have the forces to defeat us." And it's like, Davos just kind of took Uther and was like, "All right, here you go. Have some wings. You're an Ascended now. Congratulations." And so I'm wondering why they really... I mean, is it just for sake of tradition? For, you know? You have tradition over centuries and eons, and eventually it stops becoming opinion and starts becoming fact. I'm not... I don't know. Mikanikos describes the smell as inspirational.
You have forced my hand.
He cannot work without it. Reacts to the heat of an anima brazier to create a drift globe used for precise smithing. Forge flame?
What marvels exist on your world?
And another thing. Have you seen what they've done to my forge? The surrounding stairs are covered in soot, and the flame is precisely 3.5 degrees too hot. I understand what the Forsworn do not. Perfection is necessary for success. You must take care of your tools and resources. I keep my resources here. The Forsworn stole from me. I cannot let this stand. Oh, the smelting process seems to have removed all trace of the Forsworn's magic. We shall use this metal for many purposes, for the crest and for my Goliath.
Leave me to my work.
I cannot work in these conditions. Sika sent you to retrieve my tools? She knows what I need to be productive.
Return with new ideas. I simply demand perfection.
I can fit you in.
You
What
did it!
maid?
Many Forgicans returned today. Maybe one day the rest return too? We will help.
Time is
The
precious.
Forge Hands return. Get operations up and running. There's work to do. Intriguing weapon. May I inspect?
Sika reports the Forsworn are widespread. They not only took over production, but the Rise as well. They organized their armies from the cliffs, send word back to their leaders. They've ransacked our shrine to the first Forgelite and took her hammer. My hammer. Defeat their commander, retrieve Phaestus. You must go now. Overseer Atticus harnessed the power of Phaestus to create a centurion army of his own.
Oh, you have value. But I have more.
A trifling encounter.
Just gonna... You know... Oh god.
If you seek your end quickly,
I will create
allow it.
centurions strong enough to crush the Archon herself.
Wielder of Phaestus, Genesis of... I don't want to die. Aeons, blessed... Oh my god, I'm just trying to read it! Wait, okay. Blessed instrument of the first Forgelite, conduit in the creation of the first Centurions and the Spires of Ascension. Alright, now you can die.
We will succeed, no matter the cost.
I guess same description anyway. Conduit in the creation of the first centurions and the spires of ascension. Wow. Oh no.
You bear interesting craftsmanship. Show. Some say I am particular. I say thorough. New ideas for Centurion upgrades?
Without Phaestus, we cannot work on the crest. Phaestus returns! Glorious day. Many thanks, friend. This hammer has been passed down for eons. It belongs in my masterful hands. Before returning to the hold, one more thing to do. Defeat the Forsworn and their Centurion army. This Goliath here can help with that, my finest creation yet. I need an extra pair of hands. Yours will do.
I am a busy steward. I have high standards. I built this Goliath with a special core. Now, with Phaestus, I can bind my soul to him. Sika, keep watch. Hero, apply the reinforced armor.
Yes, Forgelite.
He's soul binding? With the Goliath?
Too much! Mikanikos, you hurt yourself!
Need more anima. Friend, help me.
Yeah, he's soul binding, binding his soul to his Goliath. I didn't know you could soul bind something not, I guess, living.
I awaken.
Though I guess that kind of sets up us, like him being the third.
I feel his power within me. I name him Braun. New ideas for Centurion upgrades?
A partner that embodies my inner strength. A worthy Centurion indeed.
Return with new ideas. Magnificent. Braun's strength is my strength. Our strength.
What was that?
Centurions, advance! Destroy the intruders!
Centurions will overwhelm us!
Not to worry. I know what to do. Everyone, hop on.
That awkward moment when Davos dies in like the third storyline, but the Forsworn still have a lot of work to do.
Oh, good questions only.
The Forsworn mobilize. We cannot allow them to march. Attuned to Braun, share your power with him. Between the three of us, we shall destroy this new Centurion army.
Lend Braun your power. Your bond will strengthen him. Good opportunity to measure combat prowess. Onward!
Sure.
My task
entirely
is
right.
complete.
Let us return. Destroyed. I am a busy steward.
Exhilarating. Braun grows stronger with your power. With Phaestus in hand, we can start building Crest. Let us return to Elysian Hold, triumphant.
Braun and I will meet you at Elysian Hold, friend.
Elysian?
Seeker, you are in charge. No Forsworn attacks.
Try my best!
Back we go then.
You have my attention.
I am the Archon's will.
Mikanikos returned not long ago with his new Centurion. Quite the unique unit. Of course, the return of Phaestus to Kyrian hands is good news indeed. The Archon will be pleased.
You speak to the Forgelite Prime, master of Bastion development.
The crest is almost complete. I give you the honor of the final touch. You have done much. Please, take Phaestus and give the final blow.
I have high standards. You must meet them.
You prepared for such honor? Wielding Phaestus is no small feat.
A single blow. Use all the power you hold.
Oh, that's nice.
You bear interest in craftsmanship? Show.
Perfection! It is beautiful, yes? Not done yet, but much work led to great reward.
I simply demand perfection.
On this day, we take a major step toward repairing the way of the Kyrian.
This new crest will make Ascended even stronger than before.
We may need them. My watchers tell me Thenios' suspicions of Lasonia leading the Forsworn have come to pass. And Uther as well, I am afraid.
Oh yes, Uther.
I shall inform the Archon. Rest until we decide our next steps.
Come, Bronn. We enjoy fruits of labor.
That was an unexpectedly short storyline. Good thing I haven't done this quest over here about the Path of Ascension. Actually, I want to like include some of the side quests, but they're not really part of the main storylines. Anywho, with the anima you collected, we can once again start up the Path of Ascension, the eternal training ground of the Kyrian. The path is an ancient tradition and favored amongst many of the Kyrian, aspirant and ascended alike. The Hands of Courage, Apollon and Artemide have stepped up to lead this tradition. Once you herald the path's rebirth, speak to them to learn more. I didn't know you could have multiple hands.
We shine in her glory.
Path of Ascension activated. This quest has been staring me in the face for weeks. And I opened it up and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I should unlock this, but then I read it. I could talk to Clea.
The future of Bastion is in our hands.
All we do is not only to serve the Archon, but to serve the people of countless worlds across reality. Huh.
Archon's wisdom.
Basically, I saw this quest had lore and thought, yeah, I should, you know.
Do you have need of my blade?
The Path of Ascension awaits. Are you prepared to challenge it? Ooh, I don't know anything about this.
My blade is always ready.
And know that we stand with you.
By our hand, the Colosseum is powered by anima once more. Glory awaits you and your allies on the Path of Ascension.
May your courage never falter.
Before your soulbind step foot in the Colosseum, you must challenge your first opponent. There is a tradition to this, as with all things. You will need to gather specific items, then bring them back here to fashion armaments to help execute your challenge. In the case of your first challenge, you will find the materials throughout Bastion. Return to me once you've collected everything, then we will continue.
Take heart. Hold faith.
You will be able to find all the necessary components here in Bastion. In the future, however, you may need to travel to other realms of the Shadowlands to gather materials. Alright, well... Okay, I have the goods. So the Tampered Anima Charger is used to empower Forsworn Centurions past their normal limits. The Depleted Goliath Core, at the heart of any Goliath, these cores keep them powered with anima. And the most interesting one, the Soul Mirror Shard. The Forsworn collect these shards in an attempt to recapture their past memories.
Do you have need of my blade?
Though the Path of Ascension leads to glory, participants must remember to stay humble and grounded in the tradition. You have taken the first steps, a commendable feat. With the materials you gathered, you are now ready to craft your lure. Report to Dactylis. She will be able to help you craft not only this, but many more items of all kinds later. Once you craft your lure, return to me, and I will give you your next instruction.
May your courage never falter.
Dactylus will be able to aid you in any crafting you need for the path. Greetings, friend. I will gladly help you craft your lure and mirror.
Are you in need of supplies?
Allows the capture of Callisthenes' memory. Used to capture a memory of a target for training purposes in the Path of Ascension. This is so interesting.
I will restock my provisions.
Did my sister send you?
You and your soulbinds walk in the footsteps of many before you. There is no greater honor or tradition than participating in the Path of Ascension. If you are struggling to find a material, refer to Dactylus. Each blueprint lists materials, and the material lists store information that will help you uncover where to collect them. Remember that these materials are spread across the realms of the Shadowlands. You may have to leave Bastion to find them. Inspired by the collectors, we must take the time to craft by hand. Through crafting, we practice patience, diligence, and humility. Every time you craft, a piece of yourself is imbued in whatever you create. The opponents you train against in the Colosseum are not physical beings, but rather manifestations of such. Your first opponent is one you and your soulbinds have met numerous times before, the Ascended Callisthenes. Asking another Kyrian to be your opponent in the path is a great honor, as it tells them that you have much to learn from them. Go to Aspirant's Awakening and use the cores to summon Callisthenes by calling back to your first introduction. It is as ceremony states.
Stand firm, and know that we stand with you.
Asking another Kyrian to be an opponent in the path is deeply personal. I hope that the ceremonial nature of our method is not lost on either of you. My brother is not one to skimp on ceremony. So far. Okay. I don't want to go down like this whole quest chain path, because this is a whole thing, but I think I'll do this one. And then maybe do the trial and then call it good. We'll see.
I listen. I listen.
Who has activated these Goliaths?
I would have you speak.
Sure. It seems that you have returned to once again cause me a headache. Unfortunately, we still cannot waste anima on these centurions.
I require a target.
Your method of drawing my attention is not lost on me.
Something first.
Surely you have a good reason to summon me in such a manner. Come, let us discuss. I thought I had to click her before she flew away.
State your purpose.
My duty is to conserve our resources and protect the aspirants under me. I recall our first meeting, of our anima being wasted on unnecessary centurions. I know that you have helped us through this drought, but we still cannot waste what we have. Why do you summon me? The Path of Ascension has been reinstated, and you would be an appropriate opponent for my soulbinds.
I will be watching you, mortal.
The Path of Ascension? It is an honor to be considered someone with much to teach. Though I am spread quite thin, by appearing in the path I can do even more for Bastion. I shall allow you to use the soul mirror to capture my memory. And so it is done. A piece of myself now resides in that mirror, with you. Appearing as a combatant in the Path of Ascension is a great honor. Though your soulbind shall fight but a vision of me, perhaps I will make an appearance myself. Go in service, Ashura.
Yes, mortal.
Interesting.
My blade is always ready.
Callisthenes will train your friends well.
Take heart. Hold faith.
Do you have need of my blade?
The time of your challenge has come. As you are not a being of Bastion, you shall act as a tactician for your soulbinds. You have developed mighty bonds between each other. Let us see how they handle the Colosseum. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Show us the merit of your bonds.
Stand firm, and know that we stand
I have
with
no
you.
idea what's gonna happen. Prepare for combat. Choose a soulbind. Equipment manager.
Is there work to be done?
Still setting up equipment. Come back later, after you craft.
Toodle-hoo.
Master of Trials.
Archon's light shine upon you.
Take the lessons you learned in this challenge and apply them to future attempts, my friend.
Discipline in all things.
Bronze here!
You bear interest in craftsmanship? Show!
Good opportunity to test bronze combat maneuvers.
The
future of Bastion is in our hands.
Allow me to stretch my wings.
Do you need a training partner?
I have a good feeling about this time, Ashura.
I am
The
up
mirror
for the
behind
challenge.
you holds all of the memories you have collected. Use it to choose your opponent.
Oh boy. I'm sure you've all done this like a million times already. The Imperious Overseer of Heroes' Rest, Callisthene is charged with watching over all aspirants not pledged to a temple. Armed with a spear and a sense of duty, she is the quintessential Ascended. So you have difficulties? I don't want to get too much into the mechanics of this, but it's interesting that it goes through the different temples except for Purity, I guess. But they're all her.
The time has come for your first challenge, Pelagos. Ring the Vesper when you are ready.
YOLO.
Remember all you have learned.
Today, Pelagos takes his first steps on the Path of Ascension. May he follow in the steps of the countless Kyrian who came before him. I'm scared.
It seems you have more to learn.
Oh, okay. That was slightly embarrassing.
You stand before the Ascended.
Watch out for those spears. 3 will stop you in your tracks, so any item or ability that can set you free is
Archon
key.
shield you.
Did my brother send you?
This is just the first of many challenges ahead of you, Ashura. Remember to stay humble. A lesson in humility, but not one without purpose. This blueprint will serve you well. Okay, I think before I go too far down this rabbit hole, since this is the main Bastion storyline and some associated quests, I'm going to end this video here. That was actually interesting. I'm really glad I did that. That was a very fascinating look at Bastion. I feel has so many different rites and traditions to it, and I like discovering them because they're so nuanced. You have like the Rite of Ascension, you have the Path of Ascension, you have the aspirant trials. There's a lot, and one of these days I'd love to just lay it all out. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, and I'll see you in the next part. I need the world quest for that, don't I? Oh my god. I should have realized. Alright, I guess we'll not do that. I don't even free the Forge Hand. Oh my god.